Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kudlow. I'm Larry Kudlow. So, consumer prices recorded a stunning increase for the month of October. That's the big story. Rising a huge 0.9% just for the month of October alone, and now 6.2% for the past 12 months. That is the fastest pace in over 30 years. And I have to say that last month's results really undercut the idea that inflation is temporary or transitory or whatever excuse the Federal Reserve has been making. By the way, if you look under the hood of this report, energy was up nearly 30% for the month. No, 5% for the month and 30% for the year. Now, I'm going to come back to the energy story in a moment or two, but my great friend and mentor, Art Laffer, makes a key point. The CPI seems to now be following the PPI, that is, producer, or in the old days we used to call it the wholesale price index. The PPI is up 8.6% in the past year. And Art's point is that when the two indexes are moving up in tandem, and in fact, when wholesale prices may even be pulling up consumer prices, that suggests a very deep-rooted inflation problem. You know, sometimes producer prices jump, but they're not passed on to consumers. Now it seems business price hikes are being taken up by consumers. And you know what that suggests? There is so much excess money creation from our central bank, the Fed, that at least in the meantime, these price hikes are sticking. I know there are shortages and supply chain problems. I know Thanksgiving turkey is going to be way too expensive this year. But the reality is prices are rising and people are still buying, even though it's tougher on the pocketbook. Now, look, there are never any geniuses in this crystal ball forecasting game, but numbers like today really strongly suggest we have too much money chasing too few goods, and inflation is becoming embedded in our economy. And that suggests it may well be higher and longer than a whole lot of people, including myself, might have thought 5 or 6 months ago. Now, as I often say, put aside the politics, just look at the numbers. The numbers are not good. This story goes beyond pandemic-related supply chain problems, believe me. Now, the White House, with its usually penetrating analysis, blames price gouging from oil companies and presumably gas stations. That is an exceedingly stupid response. I mean, look, if that were remotely true, you'd have to have price gouging in, all right, energy, food, shelter, transportation, medical care, sporting events, postage stamps, recreation, used cars, news cars, car and truck rentals, and hotels. Now, that's one hell of a conspiratorial price gouging campaign. You know, Mr. President, sometimes even paranoids have real enemies. Now, look, much better response came from Senator Joe Manchin. Now, he suggests that Congress needs to put the monstrous Biden social spending plan on hold until inflation slows. And I quote him, "By all accounts, the threat posed by record inflation to the American people is not transitory and is getting worse." And Senator Manchin tweeted today, "From the grocery store to the gas pump, Americans know the inflation tax is real." In other words, folks, stop the spending, stop the money printing presses, save America, kill the bill. Mr. Manchin wants to pause the bill. And that's fine by me, because as Americans take a sober look at this inflation story, trust me, opposition to all this federal spending, stimulus, and money creation, that opposition will grow even larger than it is already now. Last point. A big chunk of this inflation story is energy. World oil prices up from $53 at the Biden inauguration to $83 now. Gasoline prices up 60% from $2.15 at inauguration to $3.42 today. Now, you know what, Mr. President? There is a solution to this particular problem. It's called drill, drill, drill. Produce, produce, produce in America for American energy independence. Quit whining to the Saudis and the Russians and stop choking off supply by ending pipelines, leasing on federal lands, ANWR, and so forth. You are 2 million barrels a day short from the pre-pandemic Trump peak. Put those 2 million barrels back on the market, you'll see those gasoline prices come right down. But the producers are not producing because they know you're going to regulate and tax them to death. And how about telling your so-called climate czar, John Kerry, to stop making ridiculous assertions that there will be no coal in 2030? Everybody knows we have at least 100 years or more of coal reserves, and private industry is developing clean coal technologies. Or, Mr. President, stop Mr. Kerry from the ridiculous assertion that we'll be carbon-free by 2035. No serious climate or energy analyst believe anything like that is remotely so, that it's even necessary. And what's more, if we ever did that with some kind of Soviet-style command and control, the entire economy would implode. How about that? So winding up, folks, how about this? Quick thought. Produce more, not less energy. More, not less energy. Of all kinds. Slash taxes and regulations, do not raise them. And stop federal spending and the central bank's money printing. By the way, that's what Ronald Reagan did 40 years ago when I was working for him. And within a year, inflation evaporated and the American economic engines moved back into high gear. Now, you know what I'm going to say, folks, right here. Save America and kill the bill.